All right, next thing we'll talk about before we jump into community highlights is last week. No, wait, 2 weeks ago. Wait, let me check the patch notes real quick. We put out a patch a while ago for experimental with a new feature 3 weeks ago. Shit. Wait, let me reconfirm this. Is it actually 3 weeks ago? Known issues. 17th. Time sure flies. It was 2 weeks ago, okay? So 2 weeks ago we put out a patch for experimental that contained something that we've been wanting to have in the game for a long time. And it was something that wasn't supported originally, and then it was supported, and then we didn't have time to implement it, and now we have time. Now we've had time to implement it. So where's my tool? Jump. There we go. So when we released the game for Steam, we added the option so you could link your EOS account. Now this is completely optional. This is something that you don't have to do if you don't want to. And the one thing that was kind of bugging us with this was that the way that like system was made from the EOS side, the Epic Online Services, which is not the same thing as the Epic Game Store. These are two different things. We're using Epic Online Services to handle like most of the online stuff for the game, which is mostly the peer-to-peer like connectivity. Anyway, so we added an option so you could like, if you want to do crossplay, that's not something that like Steam supports by itself. That was something that the Epic Online Services supported from the get-go. So that's the main reason why we chose to go that route. So if you wanted to play crossplay, there were two options. Either you use a session ID that you can use whenever. You don't need to link your account or anything like that. You just upload a session ID and tell your friends what the number is, and then you can join the session. But you could also link your Epic account. So if you were playing on... Wait. If you're playing on Steam, you can see your Epic friends, essentially. And there were a few kinks with that system. One was that you would only be prompted once if you wanted to link it because of how the process worked. And if you wanted to like reset your account linking or change like what Epic account you're linking to or stuff like that, you would need to like manually reach out to us so we could like unlink your accounts essentially, and then you would get that prompt again. And now we have that feature in the game. So now you can actually do that from within the game. You can reset your account linking if you don't want your accounts to be linked anymore, or if you want to change which Epic account you're linked to. But also if you're running into issues where like some people are running into an issue where you'll get like a prompt saying like, hey, you're not connected to the Epic Online Services, blah, 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 like something's wonky going on. And that has to do something with like how when you're linking or not linking your accounts, I think it's mostly when you're linking your accounts, something in like the back end like didn't put two and two together. Can't wait for people to make a GIF out of this. So one solution to fix that essentially was for us to reset the account linking. And it's a tedious process for us because, you know, you guys have to wait for us to manually do it. And you'd have to fill out this form, and it's a messy shit. So now you can do that on experimental. So I just wanted to share that word again. We talked about it last week. I just want to share that information again, that is now possible from within the experimental version of the game. It's very simple. You just, let me open my notes here again. It's very simple. You go in the main menu and then under online, shit. All right. So yeah, it's very simple. Like I said, we can recut this, right? Can we edit this? All right, cool. I'll do it again in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it's very simple to unlink your accounts, right? You just go into the main menu, you go to options, you go to online, and then there's a button that says reset account linking. And that will clear out your account linking. It will give you the prompt again if you want to relink your accounts. If you don't want to relink your accounts, so you can pick not to. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, cool. Just want to share that information again because we're gonna migrate away from doing this manually. And if people don't know that this is an option that exists, then, you know, you guys need to know this information. Okay, so that's what I'm sharing with y'all here today. Cool. Glad I got that off my chest. All right, cool. Any questions on that? This will be on the test, okay? Everybody go. This, by the way, this only affects people on Steam. So if you're playing on Epic version, like this hasn't affected you at all. Like this hasn't been an issue. This has only been an issue on the Steam version. The Epic and the Steam version, the Epic and the Steam versions of the game, they're like identical. Like it's the same build that we're using for both versions. It's just like that added like little session handling that's on top of the Steam version for that account linking. That's the only difference really between the two. So yes. Somebody give this man a coffee. Dude, if I had coffee, I'd be like so speeded right now because I never drink coffee. So yes. How do I link the accounts in the first place? So if the way you do it is if you own the Steam version, then the first time you boot up the game, you will get prompted if you want to link your accounts. And then you'll pick either yes or no. Now, if you don't remember this, then I don't blame you because it only happens the first time you boot up the game on Steam. But if you want to get that option again, then you do the same thing. You go the thing that I just described, right? You go to options, you pick reset account linking, and when you do that, you'll get that prompt. So it will kind of like what it does in the back end essentially is just frees up the link that exists, and even if there is no link, it will still be like, all right, time to refresh it so that you get the chance to get a link. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So yeah, if you want to link your Epic account to your Steam account, which by the way is only like really useful if you have people using the Epic version of the game that you want to play with and you don't want to use session IDs. This is the only reason why you want to do this. So yeah, if you're on Epic, how can you see your Steam friends? So if you're on Epic, you can't see your Steam friends, unfortunately, due to the way that Steam has implemented their API. Steam doesn't allow people like getting any information through their API, whereas Epic is the other way around. They're like, anyone, you know, if people want, this makes it sound like Epic is like, here's the data, just look at it. No, but it has to do with if you're making a game and you're using any kind of like online service. If you're on Steam, you're only allowed to use that API if you're distributing the game on Steam. So there's no way, because Steam doesn't allow crossplay with their system, whereas Epic does. So if you're on Steam, you unfortunately can't. If you're on Epic, you unfortunately can't see your Steam friends because Steam hasn't like opened up that API, essentially. So yes. And Epic doesn't. No. So the EOS system doesn't look at your Steam friends unless you allow it to. Like it's not catching your it's not like it can just grab your friends list without, like, you have to give it permission for it to do that. And it's the same thing on Steam. Like when you're playing a Steam game, you're giving Steam authorization to, like, yeah, people are allowed to check in my Steam list. So they work pretty much the same way. It's just that they don't mingle. There's no data, only Zool. So yeah, hopefully that makes any sense. If it didn't make any sense, too bad. But if you're playing on the Epic version, which I assume everyone's doing, right? Everyone's playing on the Epic version, right? Pretty sure. So if that's the case, then just disregard this whole segment. It doesn't affect you at all. So yeah, cool. Glad we got that sorted out.